Welcome, everybody, to a bit of a different live stream. We're going to have an impromptu live stream. I'm following YouTube's advice because they keep telling me, go live vertically, go live vertically. I did try it the other day. I wasn't a massive fan of it. But, you know, let's keep the positivity flowing and ask, first of all, everybody, how are you all today on this Saturday? It's extremely miserable and extremely wet here in the UK. So I'm catching up on some paperwork, some editing, and some other things that I've not been able to do this week because I've had the craziest week that you could probably ever imagine, as you guys have seen. Only Drones in the chat. Welcome, Mr. Only the Drones. Only Drones and I decided to go flying yesterday. He helped me curate and create the Mini 5 Pro video. And thankfully, whilst he was there helping me create and curate the video, he decided to take some video of me actually flying as well, which proved unbelievably good because we've had many trolls telling me that my flight was actually illegal, and normally I wouldn't have had much in the way of ability to sort of defend myself, but Only Drones was there and actually took a video of it. So we've been able to troll the trolls this morning, which is always a good thing. Boy Wonder's in the chat. What is this? Sup said hi. Nice box. Thank you very much, Boy Wonder. What is this? Well, I received an email from YouTube a couple of weeks ago saying, well, I don't know why, but basically I got an email from YouTube the other week saying, would you like a free gift from us as a good creator? I don't know if it's a reward for being good or just a random reward, but apparently only 444 of these are being given away in each country, and I was one of the ones randomly selected. Now, I did fill in all the details and then instantly thought, shit, have I just been scammed? Because I get loads and loads of scam emails virtually every day. Yo, it's Luke FPV in the chat. Welcome. So yeah, I was a little bit panic struck. I thought, hang on a minute, have I just been scammed? Went back and checked it, and it is actually genuinely from YouTube, as you can see from obviously the YouTube box. So I figured, let's open it live on one of these vertical live streams that YouTube keep telling me that is the future. Troll the trolley, yeah, the best way. RAF FPV, hola! Welcome, my friend. I hope everything is well. So yeah, that's the reason for the vertical live stream. YouTube are constantly telling me, look, this is the future. This is what everybody wants. So do it a little bit more. So I'm going to do a couple of impromptu ones. The main live stream's going to be sort of, you know, the way we normally do it. A decent camera, proper layout, you know, proper little sit back and enjoy. But for now, I thought I'd just unbox this. Apparently I have to make a video of me unboxing it as well. So I'm going to unbox it and then I'm going to rebox it. So if you see a short later on down the line, don't think that I've completely lost my mind. Well, I probably have, actually, to be fair. But yeah, if you've got any questions or any comments or anything while you're here, drop them away as always. That's what we like to do. We like to answer the questions. So let's, first of all, do that. So it's part of what is called partner perks. YouTube partner perks. What does it say on here? Lights, camera, action. You've scored a limited edition YouTube Clapperboard made just for valued partners like you. This is a one-of-a-kind item and a special thanks for all your hard work and creativity. We'd love to see your new Clapperboard in your next video. Show us the magic, the bloopers, and everything in between. Don't forget to tag at YouTube creators and hashtag YouTube partner perks so we can check it out. Thanks, YouTube. I hope you do check it out. I've got to be honest, you've got a few more subscribers than I do. And then in here, we've got the actual, and I'll get it all out in a minute. Anyway, let's try that again. I did a right on it. What the? There we go. Let's catch up with a chat. New start with Parks, a YouTube box unboxing. Jake says, congrats, thank you, bro. Only Draw says, wow. Guideline UK says, congratulations, thank you, bro. New start with Parks, thank you very much. Right, now I've nearly wrecked the set. Let's first of all look at, I think, the most important and most stunning part of this whole box is a pen from YouTube. How amazing is that? Little YouTube pen to write my little YouTube clapperboard. Now, I have wrote on this myself, just to clarify, but I haven't actually taken it out of the box. So You and I are all in the same position here because I have not taken it out of the box. It seems to be quite a well made. I actually remember. Nice pen as well, says Boywood. Yeah, no, I agree. I actually remember seeing on eBay when I decided to start creating the studio and adding a few little bits to it. I saw one of these, not a YouTube one, just a standard one on eBay, and I thought that's quite cool actually. And then I never got one because I've been busy really, and then now this has come, so I'm really impressed with this. And it's nice to see that hard work is recognised. It's got a satisfying ding to it as well. It's actually got a magnet in the top. So it's got a magnet there and there, and it's got such a satisfying little ding to it. Oh, that's lovely. Let's catch up with the chat. Sick brava. Congrats, man, says RAF FPV. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Only Drone says, take two. Do it again. Do it again. Right, you ready? 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 Oh, it's doing things to me that it probably shouldn't. I've got to be honest. That's superb. Do you know what? And it's not cheap. It's properly well made and everything. And I've got a little pen as well. Did I tell you about the pen? Oh, the pen. Yeah, so I'm pretty impressed with that. So listen, the thing is, guys, right? Any celebrations that we have on this, and I try to make this specific, and I try to explain this as much as I can. But any celebrations that we have on this channel include you guys, because without you guys accepting and taking me as somebody you want to watch, we'd never be in this position. And I know a lot of YouTubers and creators don't necessarily interact with the communities, and we're not like that here. And that's not to have a go at anybody else. And that's a really important point I want to make. It's not to have a go at anybody else, but we're a little bit different here. We want to create and foster a community. So any celebrations and any milestones, I always share them with you on the community posts and stuff, because without you, there is no me at the end of the day. I'd still be shouting to like 4 subscribers without you guys. And those 4 subscribers would be Boy Wonder, the wife, and Little Wonder. So, you know, it is what it is. But I really, really do appreciate it. Only Drone says, oof. Bruce Campbell says, hey, FPV fam. Hey, Bruce. We were just unboxing a little gift that we've received from YouTube. It's called the YouTube Partner Perks. And basically it says, because I am so attractive and so gorgeous, that they've sent me one of these. Now, while Boy Wonder's out of the room, I need to speak to you guys. So I've had a lot of comments in the past week, more than normal. Why are you wearing a mask? What do you wear a mask for? What's with a mask? The real reason, guys, okay, is because I am so attractive. I've now got 12% of my audience is female, okay? And because I am so attractive, it creates a health and safety nightmare if I show my face, because they'll just slide off the chairs, okay? So for that reason only, we're going to keep the mask for now. But when we get to 100K, we'll unmask. Just bear in mind, when we unmask at 100K, get a mop. Yeah, it's good, Bruce. You ready? What I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring it in. Just going to bring it in nice and close. And you ready? Ready? Oh, it's amazing, amazing. What I'm going to do. I've got a few videos that have already been shot. So the next video that I've not shot, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get Boy Wonder to stand in front of me, and I'm going to get him to clap the clapboard at the start of the next video. So you know, we'll probably be about a week away from that. But yeah, so we'll introduce it into one of our next videos. Guideline UK and RAF had Only Drones found that amusing. It's true, guys. Honestly, like nearly 15% of the audience is female. 15% of 50,000. Do the odds. Do the odds, and just think how much of a health and safety nightmare that becomes. Like, you can get a Violida super mop, I'm sure, but it's dangerous, and I don't want to create no health and safety nightmares. So we'll keep the mask on for now. But if anybody then, you see, the thing is, the reason I've said this is when I get some trolls commenting about the masks, what I can do is I can link them back to this video and I can say, I've given you a full and frank explanation in this video as to why I wear a mask. Don't tell the missus. Yeah, for some reason, Guideline, and I'm not sure why, but for some reason, when I take the mask off in front of the missus, the health and safety nightmare that appears with every other woman in the entire world seems to be kryptonite to her. It's a strange one. I'm not sure what that's all about, but yeah, but it's a strange one. Sorry, I'm just moving things around. Don't tell your missus as well that I'm going to take the mask off, mate. Because honestly, if you ain't got no mop in your house, you're going to be falling over, mate. And it's just dangerous. Anyway. So now I can refer them back to this video now. You see. Anyway, what do we think of this? The Gep RC. Oh, wow. Only Drones has just put. Why is no one? Wow. Okay, that looked suspiciously like Only Drones and I had planned that, and we genuinely haven't. I was just about to say, are we enjoying? Guideline says I'm done. I've actually put this on backwards as well. I've just realised when I did the tutorial. I'm such an idiot. Are we all enjoying the Gep RC Dark Star content? The reason I'm asking this is, I know I can't say too much for confidentiality reasons, but I know other creators and partners have been sent one of these, and I know some of them have received them, but it seems that nobody else has actually put a video out about it, and I'm not sure why. That's their choice, of course. I personally think this is a really fun little drone to fly, especially with the improvements that we've made to it. But yeah, let me know if NeoFlow says face reveal ? Now, the question is, lads, was NeoFlow in the video when we just explained why we can't do a face reveal because of the health and safety issues? This is the question. But yeah, to answer your question, Only Drones, what's this? No, I can't show you that one. That you can see that one at the end of September. To answer your question, Only Drones, I don't know why nobody else has put a video out. Maybe they've got delays in customs. Maybe they've had shipping delays. Although generally in the UK, I generally tend to get any new releases after everybody else. So I'm a little bit baffled by it. But I'm sure you'll see other videos from other people soon. Just a man in his cameras. I think the top VTX holder can be adapted to other quads. Yeah, I think you're actually right. And do you know what as well? The lighting in here, because I'm going live on the YouTube app, it's not very good, so you'll have to forgive me. YouTube tell me this is the future. I prefer to have crisp visuals and sound, but it is what it is. I think you're right because of the way that it sort of holds everything. And it'd be interesting to see. I've actually got a spare as well. If you saw the unboxing video, they send out like a grey spare. So I'll probably have a go actually, because somebody wants me to stick a walk snail in this and see how it performs. So we'll stick a walk snail in it. And then with the 04, we'll stick it in something else and see if we can use that. But I'm looking forward to hopefully Gep RC releasing other drones like this in this format, but of a slightly bigger size. Because if they do that, and I'm looking at certain drones from other companies that are really in need of a little bit of competition, I think Gep RC clean up because it is so good. Is it perfect? Absolutely not. Have I ever said any drone is perfect? No, I haven't. But for what it is and for what it does, it's really good. Just a man in his cameras, by the way. I've ordered some 560 mAh Dogcom 2S's this morning, actually. So we'll give those a go and see how well those go. But yeah, like I say, is it perfect? No. Is any drone perfect? Absolutely not. Is it ridiculously good fun? It really, really is. Nuba says, bro, what is the best tiny whoop in 2025? Another Meteor 75 Pro. I'm going to say no to the Meteor 75 Pro just because it's got so many issues. So many of them are coming out with Jello now. depends how big your space is, because I'd recommend something like this. If you've got a big enough space for something like this, this isn't much bigger than a Meteor 75. It's 1.6 inch. It's 2S. You can slow the rates down. It's easy enough to fly indoors. It's phenomenal, but it's not a tiny whoop. So that's, let me know how big your space is. Boy Wonder says you're playing a risky game with that redacted drone there, Quads. That's the thing. If anybody replays this video later and pauses it, you may actually, because of one thing on that drone, be able to tell what it is. Hand reveal. Oh, Sam. Will the ladies create a health and safety nightmare if I reveal my hand? Let's find out. Just a man and his camera say, sweet, can't wait, love your videos. You put so much personality into your videos, it's easy to watch. Bro, that honestly, like genuinely, that means so much. Like, I never meant for this to be like an in-depth sort of detailed stream, but I'll be honest, and only drones can back this up. Just a few months ago, I had imposter syndrome. And I said to a lot of people, Token, yo, welcome. Glad to see that we got your Radio Master sorted yesterday. Forgot to say, for freestyle, outdoor and indoor, I can't recommend this enough. It's not perfect. The flight controller isn't expandable. You can't add anything to it. There's no spare UARTs. You'll get about 3.5 minutes with a larger battery. This is the 720 mAh. But I'd pick this all day long and twice on a Sunday against a Meteor 75. But yeah, just a man and his camera. So this was never meant to be like a meaningful and deep stream. But about 6 months ago, I had a conversation with Only Drones, and I was like, I'm not ever going to make it big. I'm not ever going to become a successful creator. Everybody else has got too big of a lead on me. I'll never catch up. I'm probably going to quit. And that imposter syndrome hit me really hard. And just at that time, things started to change and things started to sort of really snowball. And comments like that, just a man on his camera, genuinely mean the absolute world to me. So thank you so much. I actually said to Boy Wonder this week, maybe one day we'll make it. And Boy Wonder doesn't often share emotions like this, but he looked at me. I was driving him home from school, and he looked at me and he said, "You're gonna make it." And like, I was so touched. It yeah, I'm welling up now actually, so I'm gonna stop. Just got on the stream. What's happening, says Summy. We received a gift from YouTube, partner perks, and they said yes, box, pen, and it's for being a good creator according to this. Apparently only 444 of these are going to be issued in the UK, and I've got one of them, so just a little clapperboard. It really do. And then we talked about face reveal, Summy, and we explained that the reason why I wear a mask, and please don't tell anybody this, but the reason why I wear a mask is because nearly 15% of my audience now is female. And because I am the world's most attractive man, if I was to take that mask off, I would create a health and safety nightmare. There would be thousands of women sliding off chairs across the world. So I'm going to keep the mask on for now. But when we get to 100K, I'm going to demask and just get a mop ready. And that's pretty much it. Oh, and we spoke about the Gep RC. We're a little bit confused why no other partners have put any videos out about it. And I was asking you guys what you thought of it. I really am taken by this. This is so much fun. I'm able to fly it pretty much anywhere. And it's still quite capable as well. So, Only Drones, it reminds me of Noah's Ark. So if we get to 100,000 and I demask, just build an ark and put a couple of animals of each species on there, because there may be the great flood of 2026 or 2025 if miracles happened. He's just good looking. Yeah, what can I mean, it's difficult, man. It's difficult. What's considered making it in your eyes? Nubus says, I'm just entering the FPV hobby. Yeah, Numas, I'd highly recommend this. If you buy cheap, you buy twice. I'd recommend that highly. What's considered making it in my eyes? I am probably going to sound ridiculous now, but I'm incredibly driven and I am incredibly ambitious. And I want this channel to be the biggest and the best in FPVs. So I want to be able to do reviews, tutorials, live streams, have guests on. And I want it to be the biggest and the best. I want to help other people. I want to employ people from within the community to help run the channel. I want it to be a real sort of community thing, but I want it to be massive. And I want it to be a full-time thing. At this moment in time, it's not a full-time thing, even though it takes over full-time, if you get what I mean. That's ultimately the goal for me to consider I've made it. August last year, I had 10,000 subs. August this year, I'm on 51,000 subs. So I must be doing something right, but I still get that imposter syndrome every now and again. You know, I'll still put a video out and it'll bomb and I'll be like, everybody hates me. I am rubbish at this. I am going to quit. No, I never think I'm going to quit, but I do get that imposter syndrome of, I'm just not good enough for this. And because I've got such big ambitions and such big driven goals, it's difficult, and it's difficult to temper myself sometimes. Only Drones will tell you this, because I'll send him messages or I'll have a chat with Only Drones, and I'm talking about goals in a few years' time, and they're big and they're massive, and I want this and I want that. But ultimately, I want it to be a community thing. I want to help out pilots that need helping out. I want to employ pilots that have got certain skills, and I just want to create the biggest and the best FPV channel out there that covers everything, but not just FPV, drones as well, because obviously we do Mavic stuff as well. Anyway, that is ultimately what I'm aiming for. Sumi says, oh, lovely, well deserved. And you are. Thank you so much, Sumi. I appreciate that. Bruce says, great hobby and welcome into it, Nubus. Yeah, we have an amazing community here, Nubus. We've also got a Discord as well. Jump in our Discord. I haven't actually put the link here. If you just go to any of the last few videos, they've all got the Discord link in that doesn't expire. And we can all help you out in there. But you'll love it. The FPV community is amazing, apart from the Karens. Tolkien says, truth hurts people. Only Drone says, floods. He's just good looking. 250 to 300k subs. I think when you look, talking at some of the sub counts of some of the other drone creators, they've already elapsed 300k. So again, I'm probably going to sound, I'm setting myself up for somebody to snip this and to repost this now, but I want 1 million subs. That's it. That's the mic drop, and I want 1 million subs in the next 2.5 years. Mic drop. Like, I know somebody's going to clip that and make it sound and look like I'm ridiculous. And it probably is a ridiculous goal. But if you haven't got really crazy hard goals to drive you, what have you got? Diego says, you are the best already. People will notice. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. Andre says, hey, welcome. Hope you're well. Tolkien says, I think the key is consistency. Now, man, people are busy. Only Drone says, I can't get rid of him all the damn time. You should release your own mask for subscribers. Yeah, do you know what? People have asked that a few times. You okay, Boy Wonder? Are you going? You okay? Yeah. People have asked that a few times, and I thought, well, what would you like? Would you like one that has my logo on it, or would you like the one like I wear? Do you want basically one of those that I actually wear on the videos? Let me know. I did have a guy earlier on this week saying, why do you wear a mask? It scares my child. So the reply obviously was, well, these videos are marked as not made for kids, so he won't see it. He's like, my 8-year-old child. So, well, this video won't show on YouTube Kids, so you're okay. Yes, but you've not answered the questions. It's like crazy. Crazy. I think the way you do all the drones is great. Yeah, and that's something I want to keep doing, Tolkien, as well. Drones are my passion. So, like, I've got a Ruko underneath my desk. Obviously, I've got the Redacted on top of my desk, literally just out of your eye line. We've got the controllers. We've got the Mavic 5, the Mini 5. We did the Mavic 4 Pro. And ultimately, I want to be everything to all drones. So, it doesn't matter whether it's FPV. And ideally, I'd like a little bit more time and, like I say, maybe to employ some people to sort of help with the production, so we can get a few days ahead of ourselves, so we can have a consistent upload schedule. So for instance, on a Monday we would do a DJI video, and on a Tuesday we'd do an FPV video, and Wednesday we'd do a tutorial, Thursdays we'd do a live stream, and so on and so forth. But that's the goal. That's a long-term goal. Whether we hit it or not, you've got to always have DJI Neo. No. But you've always got to have those crazy goals. Dave says, neat YouTube clacker. I've never seen one. Yeah, apparently only 444 people, according to the email I got anyway, which I thought was a scam at first, but apparently only 444 people in the UK are getting one of these, and I'm one of them. Which amazes me, really, because there are people way bigger than me, but it's come from what's called partner perks. And yeah, it's crazy times. Guideline says with the logo. Okay. Only Drones said hi. Tolkien says, I actually would like someone to make a line of hoodies for FPV that are lightweight, big hood inside, a normal hoodie that you can block the light out. Maybe make a zip that covers your mouth in case of bugs. I keep getting bit on my face by mosquitoes. What you need to do is do what I do. Now, I've not just stopped talking for no reason, but basically just wear that over your goggles and you're laughing. I do get some strange looks from people once wearing that out in public flying drones, but we do what we do because it's all about adding that personality. C-Quick S said hi. Tolkien said that would definitely help. SQ, what's up? Gusto, how's it going, brother? Hope you're well. Just showing off our little present from YouTube. We've even got an embossed box. I don't know if you can see that. Probably not, because they make me use their silly little app. I don't mean they're silly. I mean their own integrated camera app, which is just never great for sound or visuals. But yeah, the box is actually embossed, which is really nice. And apparently only 444 people in each country is going to get one, and your boy got one. So like I was saying earlier, this is, as much as this is my hard work, without you guys I am nothing, and I will always stress that. And that's one reason why I always reply to every single comment. I always reply to every single cry for help, because without you guys I am literally nothing. I won't name the person, they can name themselves if they want, but somebody yesterday said, look, I need to try and find a video how to help me do this thing. And I immediately just sent them a voice note and explained it all to them, because I want this to be a community. I don't just want this to be sort of, this is me making videos, and then once I've made the video, I'll ignore you guys. I want this to be a community. I really do. And I do think we can really build something big and really sort of galvanize everybody. Connor Clark, welcome. I hope you're well. Only Drones enjoyed that little noise. I've been using the fishing hoodies. They're UV blocking, but let the breeze through. I do have a clothing company, but I don't know if they have anything like that. But I do have a clothing company. We are going to release our own clothing. There's quite a demand for it, which again surprised me, to be honest. Gusto says, I'm getting ready for a rip. A few local fly parks in an hour. Can't wait. I hope the weather holds out for you. I think you're in the USA, aren't you, Gusto? Here in the UK, with rumours of me taking my mask off and being so attractive, all the ladies have got very excited, and it's actually flooding outside now. It really is torrential rain right now. So even if I had something waterproof, which I do, I could take the fixed wing out, or I could take one of the waterproof quads out. It's really not very pleasant out there at the minute. So I hope you've got better. B-Man says, just got Meteor 7504 Pro. Nice. Have you got any jello issues on it? Hopefully not. Hopefully not. Hit the like function for our boy. Thanks, Token. I appreciate that. See Quick Essays. Yo, question. It's my first time doing drones. Did some research. Love your videos, by the way. But, I bought a Beta FPV Pavo 20 without the camera and bought the Cadex Micro HD for it. Okay. What's the question? Sorry. Can we get a Squatting Quads goggles soft case, please? Oh, yes, I think we can. Or a drone bag. Yes, yes, I think we probably can. Alexa has given me a flood warning. I told it's the one. Tolkien, thank you for asking people to like. I am terrible at doing that myself. Yes, I think we probably can get some bags like that. I've got a manufacturer that wants to work with us, so let me speak to them over the weekend. I won't get an answer until Monday. Clearwater, Florida. Oh my lord, I'm not jealous. I'm not jealous. No, I am actually. I'm incredibly jealous because I wanted to use the Avata X goggles. Because not going to lie, it looks good. The Avata, the Cadex Avata system, the Walksnail Avata system, is good. What it is and where people sort of, and I'm not saying your purchase is not good, etc. Connor, I got a clapboard. It's like a little clapboard. Ready? And apparently only 444 people in each country is going to get one of them. So your boy is one of 444. So thank you guys for supporting me. Yeah, the Walksnail avatar system is good. Don't get me wrong. But it's a bit like the DJI. Oh, no, it's a bit like DJI 2.5. It's better than the original system, but it's not quite as good as the 03. However, you can just put that in. I think the camera will fit natively. You may need a couple of shims on it, but I'm pretty sure they send you an adapter with it. But the Walksnail avatar system is great. Yeah, absolutely. I probably wouldn't recommend it considering the price of the goggles nowadays, unless you can get them super cheap, because you might as well just get the DJI ones. But if you're in the USA, then you're going to struggle to get stuff. So it's a difficult one. However, there is nothing wrong with the Walksnail Avata system. You're going to have an amazing time with it. And the Pavo 20 Pro is a drone that needs some serious competition from a manufacturer who has already perhaps created a smaller version and should really now create a bigger version. Hint, hint. Only says, Alexa gave me a flood warning. I told the wife it's just Quads taking his mask off again. And then I got, yeah. Quick, is it a good build? Yes, it is. The Pavo 20 Pro is a great drone. It needs competition to push Beta FPV to improve a few things on it. I did my original review last year of the Pavo 20 Pro when it first came out, and I said, what you need to do is stick a GPS on it, get the props out of view, and you're laughing. We've had a couple of iterations of it since, where they've given us LEDs, which is nice, but not really fixed the problem of a lack of GPS. Because the thing is with these, everyone's like, oh, well, you're not going to fly it far away and you're not going to fly it, but you can fly it over buildings. And if you fly it over a building and you lose signal, you've then lost an 04 Pro, which is, $200-300. If you're in the USA, potentially even more at this moment in time, because you can't get hold of them. Have a GPS on there. Darwin FPV released a drone. I don't like Darwin FPV. I make my thoughts on them very, very clear, but I still review the stuff. Darwin FPV released a Pavo 20, so the 2-inch, not the 2.2-inch, and that had a GPS on it. I praised it. So Beta FPV do need a little bit of competition. Now I'm hoping, and I don't know anything, but I'm hoping that GEP RC have brought this out as a way to test the waters, to bring out a rival to the to the Pavo 20 Pro. And I hope if they do, and like I said, I don't know anything, I am only stipulating, but if they do, I bloody hope that it's got a GPS in it. Because if it does, although a lot of pilots say, oh, I don't need to use that for freestyle, you can then do more things. So you can explore with these. You can look around with these. It's 100 grams. Like, it's crazy. So yeah, it's a great build. Tolkien says, LOL. Connor says, what did you get? Connor's laughing. Tolkien says, you can still buy DJI here, just not from DJI, it seems. I was having a chat to somebody last night on the live stream last night, and they said AliExpress sellers are still sending them to you guys, and they're just marking them as not what they are, basically, and it's getting through quite often without too much of a problem. So that's an option for you guys as well. The Pavo 20 is a drone. I don't know what that's in relation to. You ever try that new Deep Space Cinewhoop they came out with? Yeah, I've got a review on the channel from about 3 weeks ago. C Quick S said, sending love. Thanks, bro. I hope that helps. I hope I've not put you off too much. The problem with the Walksnail system is it's good and you'll enjoy it and it's fun. But I'm pretty sure I saw their goggles at nearly $500 last week. If that's still the case, and I probably should check my facts before speaking, but if that's the case, if their goggles are nearly $500, then that's wild. It really is. But yeah, I did a review on the Deep Space Stellar 25 about 3 weeks ago. I have a friend, Mike, that flies Walksnail. He really likes it. Yeah, I've got all the systems. I've got Walksnail, I've got Analog, I've got HD0. I haven't got Open IPC yet. I don't think it's mature enough for the type of flying that I do. It's getting there, but I just don't quite think it's ready for me to do the crazy stuff I do with it. And as soon as it is ready, we'll get it on the channel and we'll let you know. But in order of, if I'm honest, in order of what's the best, you've got the 04 Pro at the top, then you've got the 03, then you've got the 04 Lite, then you've got Cadex Walksnail, then you've got HD0, and loads of people are going to argue and disagree with me saying HD0 should not be at the bottom. But for my type of flying, HD0 is at the bottom, and then you've got Analog underneath it. The reason I put HD0 down at the bottom is very, very simple. You've got no stabilized onboard recording. You've got no sort of 4K feed. It's basically Analog plus. Now, that doesn't mean that it's not incredibly fun, because I love flying HD0, but it's just not for me. Walksnail, however, you've got onboard recording. You can stabilize it in gyroflow. One second. We've got. I was going to say we've got only drones here. We've got Boy Wonder in the room.
I just need to tell you something.
Yes, boy.
I'm just letting you know that I'm just going upstairs just to make a quick edit.
Okay, Boy Wonder.
Just letting you know.
All right, love you, bro. I was pretty impressed with it. He was using some streaming setup with it. Had a couple of guys follow him with the Insta 360s. That's a bold list, kid. Yeah, I know. So anything you can do with the Cadex Vista and a little bit of what you can do with the 03, you can do with the Walksnail. And you've got the onboard recording. It's just a system that I think Cadex could improve substantially. I think Cadex are just such a frustrating company. I did sort of cease ties with them earlier on this year because of I got death threats basically because I called out the fact that they'd said everybody needs to leave a positive review if we send you something. Say it again, but louder. Okay, I'll say it again. So I've got no issues with Cadex. The death threats didn't come from Cadex. It came from some weirdos in a basement somewhere. I've got no issues with Cadex at all. I do think they could improve the system. I do think they could make the system better. However, if you've got it, you'll have no problems with it. Just make sure you keep the firmware up to date. And a little tip, and I don't know if it's the same because I haven't even turned mine on for about 12 months, but if you don't have the same firmware on the receiver and on the goggles, then it basically doesn't work properly. Rather than it just working to the older one, it's a complete mismatch and you'll have all sorts of issues. So just make sure that you've got the same firmware on each one. Keep them as updated as possible. That definitely helps. But no, it's a nice little system. I got my Goggles X for about $170 when they first came out. And then obviously Cadex sent me another pair with the Go Film 20 when I did that review. So Boy Wonder's got one, I've got one, we can fly together, and it's great. It's a lovely little system, it really is. Moonlight with onboard 4K recording is pretty sweet. Too bad I tore the cable replacement and didn't fix it properly. That's one of my biggest issues with Cadex, the Moonlight and all that. These cables just do my head in. Like, just please stick a USB in there. What are you doing? Frustrating, and as you say yourself, dangerous. Cadex is my camera of choice in everything that I fly, says Gusto. Oh, nice. Make sure you say the nice things about Cadex or else. Thankfully, I'm only a couple of hours from Canada. Yeah, I spoke to a couple of guys yesterday as well. They said the same thing. That it's probably going to be easy for them to head over to the border and pick up a Mini 5. And if you ever do that, what I will say, we'll stick this down here for now, just for anybody that wants to see it. But what I will say is, if you ever go across the border and you buy an electrical equipment like this, or a laptop or anything like that, leave the box in the country of origin. Because if customs see that you've got it and you've still got the box and everything, it's obvious you've gone over the border to buy it, and therefore it becomes taxable. Whereas if you've activated it, it's on your account, you've had a couple of flies before you come back, there's then no evidence that actually you bought it for the sake of tax. But leave the box. I probably shouldn't even give that advice out, but yeah. Smuggling drones as well, yeah. Back in my day, it was drugs, but these days it's drones. I could buy DJI there. I don't think you don't have to pay a duty under $800, so I'm going to snag a backup 04 Pro. That's not bad then. That's not bad. But again, I'd still take it out of the retail box and just throw it in your drone bag. Take your drone bag with you, and honestly, take them out of the retail box and just throw them in your drone bag and be like, if they ever search it, it's like, well, yeah, this is my spare kit. I'm really on the fence for the G3 and Vapor 5 now. My Moonlight died. Honestly, if you can afford it, there is nothing that comes close to the 04 Pro. It is so good. Talking says, good tip. Smuggling with quads. Maybe I should make a video on that. Where's my babushka mask? Yes, I think I'll do that. No, I probably shouldn't actually, because I will get into all sorts of trouble. The Donald was in our country the other day. If the Donald learns of the tricks that I'm sharing with you guys, the Donald will be knocking on the door, the best door in the world, and probably trying to do things to me. But yeah, leave the box there, throw it in your bag. Sorted. If you can afford, get the goggles free 100%. My personal tip for a 5-inch would be the Deep Space Seeker 5, but I do know it's quite expensive in comparison. So the Vapor D5, I think, is probably my second favorite, along with the iFly Eco, Nazgul Eco. Although iFly are sending the new iFly Evoke version 73 that does the Dead Cat and the True X. That should hopefully be here next week. But obviously that's going to be a little bit more expensive with it being their sort of marquee brand. The D5 is amazing for the price. Probably worth making a stop and getting some footage. Yeah, exactly. And then like, oh no officer, this footage was from the last time I was here. Just make sure you erase all the metadata. This really does sound like we are smuggling illegal, illicit items over the border as opposed to a camera. I do know a guy who went to Hong Kong. He wanted to buy a new camera, and over here in the UK, like back in the day anyway, DSLRs and mirrorless cameras, you could go over to Hong Kong and buy the same camera sort of $2,000 or $3,000 cheaper than it was over here. So it was cheaper for him to get on a flight, go to Hong Kong, buy the camera and come back. But he didn't take it out of the box. He left it in the box, got stopped by customs on the way back, and the trip and the tax and duty that he had to pay on it made it more expensive than if he'd have bought it in the UK. So I speak from experience, and I know a guy, obviously I can't say who that guy is for reasons. DJ Drone Shots, day 2 of asking to power loop the Mini 5. I'm going to have a look on AliExpress later. If I can get an empty shell of a Mini 5, I will power loop it, but I cannot power loop a standard Mini 5. So, but by all means, keep asking every day, because that way we'll know how long it actually takes me to get a hold of the stuff I need. And I will power loop a Mini 5. May have slightly different internals, but we don't worry about that. My suggestion is that you buy the Seeker 5 with your ELRS, but no VTX. How come? Is that more expensive over there in the US? Certainly over here in the UK, the price generally, and the Seeker 5 I'm pretty sure was the same. It's normally just $200 more expensive if you include the 04 Pro, and obviously the $200 over here. So generally speaking, it works out to be exactly the same with or without. I haven't seen anybody take the mick and sort of really add a lot to it. So that'll be interesting to see. But yeah, my advice as well is go on Black Friday. And buy one on Black Friday because it'll be even cheaper. Buy two on Black Friday because it should be even cheaper. Although DJI stuff doesn't really get discounted that much, does it, to be fair? So the chance of it actually getting discounted is probably going to be pretty low. But if you're going to do it on Black Friday. Yeah, man, it's about 800 with the air unit. Then again, the air units went up too. Wow. Yeah, that's crazy. So yeah, I mean, whichever way works for you guys. Ultimately, if it's cheaper to buy it separately, buy it separately. Does the Mini 5 have FPV mode? It does not. No, it does not. It is a camera drone and a camera drone only. I've been asked the question several times, is it compatible with the Goggles 3? And the answer at the minute is no. But if I was a betting man, which I'm not, but if I was, I would say the second that Insta360 released their anti-gravity, which obviously works with goggles, you will see DJI release an update to the Mini 5 Pro to allow that to work with goggles. And I think they're holding it back. Again, if I was a better man, they're holding it back. They're 100% holding it back to coincide so that they've got something when anti-gravity launches. That said, anti-gravity is not in a very good state at the minute. You're welcome, Summy. I think there is like an FPV follow mode for the gimbal, but no, there's nothing like the Neo or the Avata or anything like that. It's just purely a camera drone. Talking says the other thing about buying separately is you get a warranty inside your own country, but you have to buy from an authorized dealer. Otherwise, they activate them in China. Yeah, the problem is you can't buy them from an authorized dealer in the US, can you? So you might as well not. If it's difficult, isn't it? It's difficult. What was I just saying then? I was going to say something very prolific, and I can't quite remember what I was saying. Not anymore. Yeah, so it probably works out to be about the same then, unless you can get one from AliExpress on the cheap, but then obviously it's still activated in China, isn't it? Oh yeah, that was what I was saying. So the anti-gravity from Insta360, I've spoken to a few people that have tested it. It's not in a very good state, and that's why we are waiting so long for it to be released, because there is massive issues with its range. Its range is really, really not good apparently. And then there's issues with banding in between the two cameras. Which, to be fair, I did call out on day one. I did say to anybody that spoke to me on day one of those videos dropping, I wasn't sent one, which I don't expect to be at this stage anyway. But yeah, I said one of the biggest issues is going to be the massive gap in between those two cameras. I think they've made it a little bit too big, and in certain circumstances there's loads of jello, and also the images are not lining up, so it's really not in a good place right now. I would be surprised if it launches in January, and if it does launch in January, I think I certainly will avoid it initially unless I'm able to get a review unit, which is unlikely because I'm just not big enough for Insta360 at the minute. But at this moment in time, I would probably advise against it. Unless, of course, they can fix everything by January. But from what I'm being told, it's not good. It's not looking good. They only make them active if they're installed. Yeah, a lot of companies are doing that now. And I assume that's probably a DJI thing making them do it. From my point of view, I've got to be honest, it's easier because there are many people that when they get it, they don't know what they're doing. And I've got videos out there to help people, but they seem to... There was a guy, actually, who sent me a message the other day saying, I've plugged in my USB to my flight controller. No, I plugged in my USB to my 04 and it's not working. What's happening? And it took me a little bit of time to diagnose this problem, didn't it, Only Drones? And he plugged it into the flight controller instead. It happens, especially with the 04 Lite, because it's so the boards are so close to each other. It does indeed happen. It made me laugh a little bit. I'll let you know if I'm able to buy in Canada and activate here. Wherever you buy it from, you'll be able to activate in America. That's not a problem. Well, I say that, but they might actually. Yeah, I wonder if they're going to turn the activation servers off. If need be, if worst comes to worst and you get one, you can always use a VPN, but it sort of defeats the object a little bit, doesn't it? But yeah, please do let me know. I think 330 for a deep space. Wow. 330 euros for a D5 with an 04 Pro is the cheapest I can get. Warranty is a concern, though. You'll smash it up a long time before warranty becomes an issue. 330 euros is amazing because the air unit itself is 210. So they're charging you 120 euros for the drone itself, for a 5-inch drone, the Gepard Vapor D. Yeah, that's an amazing price. At that price, I wouldn't even think twice. If you can get that deal, you better take it. Yeah, that's an unbelievable price. You're basically paying 120 euros for a 5-inch drone, which I rated as probably my second favorite of all the ones that I've reviewed this year. That and the iFlight Nazgul Eco are fairly close to each other, with the Deep Space Seeker 5 being sort of streets ahead. But if you can get it for that price, that's madness. 408 euros for goggles 3.2. That's really good. Only Drones and I managed to get our goggles 3 on AliExpress really, really, really cheap, because we said to them, just don't send the box. And for whatever reason, like, I don't care. I really don't care whatever the reason is. But ultimately, Only Drones and I got a set of goggles free at the time for about half retail price, I think it was. And that was when they first came out. And obviously, I've used mine several times every single day since, and there's been no problems. So I get that people are a little bit worried about warranties and stuff and buying from China. Don't worry about it. Like, I can't stress that enough. Honestly, don't worry about it. If it's a drone, you're going to smash it up long before you've got a warranty problem, or you're going to crash it, or you're going to land it in something you shouldn't do. Honestly, don't worry about it. My biggest concern was with buying the goggles 3 in China is, what if they break? I'm going to be absolutely screwed. But I mean, we pretty much got them at the start. If Only Drones is here, let me know, mate. But I think we pretty much got them about a week or two after release. And like I said, I've used mine on average 3 or 4 times a day, every day ever since. China's been good to me. Yeah, AliExpress is amazing. Good morning from America. It's 9:30, says Slow Death. Are you on the East Coast or the West Coast? 9:30, what time is it now? You're on the West Coast. No, you're on the East Coast. I saw some G3 without box on Ali. Thought it was weird. Actually, it's big brain. Yeah, I thought it was weird when Only Drone sent me the link. And so I said, okay, you order yours first. And he did. And they came. And then I said, okay, I need to order mine. And then the seller was like, yeah, you have to wait a little bit now. And I'm like, no, please don't do this. Honestly, I've been tempted to pick up the Vapor D5. The Vapor D5 is brilliant. I can't get my hands on it to bring it onto camera at the minute. But the Vapor D5 is great. And I am making a video that will showcase the Vapor D5 again. And it should be out within the next couple of weeks, all things being well. I got mine a month after for like 300, was it? Yeah, I think it might have even been a little bit cheaper, Only Drones. But yeah, because they didn't have a box, it was so much cheaper. And they're like, what are they over here? 580 English pounds over here. Oh, that's what they were when they came out. I tried to use my goggles too the other day. Boy Wonder uses them most of the time. I tried to use them the other day. And because I've got an astigmatism, I didn't quite realise just how bad that field of view is for my eyes. And the goggles free are just so much better. I can't stress enough, pay with PayPal. Yeah, absolutely. Somebody says, I have a Vapor D5 well beyond my capabilities. So get out there and fly it more, buddy. The more you fly it, the more your capabilities will catch up. Yep, 500 seems to be a killer deal. I plan to frame swap it on an Aquaman frame. That thing just doesn't break. Happy days then. Even better. But Only Drones is right. I'm just going to go back to his point just for 1 second. Do make sure that you pay with PayPal whenever you're buying from anywhere. I've set up a for sale and sort of selling segment on my Discord. PayPal, no bank transfers, only PayPal. And I would advise you the same no matter where you buy from. So if you're buying from Facebook and somebody says, "Oh, I'm well trusted," do you know what I mean, man? Proper well trusted, but just send me a bank transfer. No. Just and especially if the deal looks too good to be true and you're like, "Oh, I can't miss out on this deal," PayPal it. Cover yourself, because I've seen too many people get scammed. This community is actually not too bad for it. I was in the RC car community for a long time, and I was seeing people getting scammed every single day. This community is not as bad, but just cover yourself. And that includes buying from AliExpress, buying from Alibaba, buying from eBay. Well, eBay is PayPal only anyway, isn't it? But just make sure you're covered. I need a good bando frame. Something I can stick on an 04 Pro and not worry about. No one has ever called you trusted, says Tim. Thanks, Tim. No, you're right. You're absolutely right. My PayPal account became useless after switching banks. Does credit card give the same coverage? Yeah, you should be able to sort PayPal out. They're normally really good. Somebody says it's raining. I'm going in the sim. Is it rain, or is it because the ladies have heard about the demasking of squatting quads? Who knows? Who knows? Apparently, I haven't finished building the Clover FPV 5-inch yet because I had loads of other urgent stuff coming, and that's sort of been put to the back barrel for a second. But that's a really thick frame, and you can obviously switch the 04 Pro around. So I'll have a look at just how well that 04 Pro is protected. But the frame itself looks like it's unbreakable. But yeah, as for your PayPal account becoming useless after switching banks, that should you should be able to solve that fairly easy. If you just open up a ticket on PayPal, because I know I've had issues in the past. If you open up a ticket, they're normally really responsive, to be fair, mainly because they want your cut of the money that's going through it. So they'll do whatever they can to solve it. As regards for credit cards, yeah, if it's an actual credit card, and I stress this enough, people get confused between credit and debit cards these days. If it's an actual credit card where you've got to pay a bill off every month, yes, you're covered. If it's a debit card that just comes out of your normal bank account, no, it doesn't afford you the same. I think people get a bit confused because you've got debit cards that can be a MasterCard and debit cards that can be a Visa. And they think, oh, well, Visa or MasterCard, it's a credit card. And I'm not saying that you're confused in the same way, but yeah. I'd just like to clarify my answers because I'd hate for anybody to sort of get scammed or anything. It's raining. No, sorry. No, it's rain. It's not menopausal women. Token says, I used Chase Bank, got ripped off on a solder iron from China that didn't even work. Chase refunded me immediately. Oh, that's really good. I think you guys in America have got better consumer protection, though. In the UK, you're pretty much screwed. And I think Europe's pretty much the same. Token says, I had used PayPal. They didn't help at all. Oh, wow. 5 minutes on the phone with Chase and it was all fixed up. I used my debit card, but it ran as credit. That's weird that PayPal didn't sort it out. Yep, you're right. I have both, so I can keep them apart. Yeah, it's like I say, I like to clarify my answers because I know it's important in this day and age. Not everybody is as au fait on certain language and stuff as we used to be. So I just like to try and make sure I can clarify and help as much as I possibly can. Revolut is great too, by the way. Then add PayPal is awesome. I think I'm using Starling, and I do think Starling do offer some sort of consumer protection on there. I don't think it's as good as what you guys are saying, but pretty much if I can't use PayPal, I don't buy it. Is generally my rule 99.9% of the times. Very, very occasionally I will deviate from that. But you're just protected, and that's just, you know, what can I say? It's the best way. Greetings from the Netherlands. Ah, nice. Whereabouts in the Netherlands are you? I used to holiday over there before COVID. on a regular basis. I haven't been since COVID. But where was it? Where was it now? It was called Toe Park, and I can't remember now. Was the last one I went to. But gorgeous country, stunning country. The Soldier Iron, wow, the Soldier Iron cost me $300. Wow. I think I've showed you my Soldier Iron. It was like $12 and it gets up to 480 degrees in about 3 seconds. And I use it every day and there's been no problem. It's already paid for itself with how often I use it. I'd quite like an expensive Soldier Iron, but I've got other priorities. Rotterdam, oh, very nice. Very nice. I did actually go through Rotterdam once, but I never stopped, which is a real shame. I'm trying to, do you know what? I've gone completely blank. And I even tried to learn a little bit of the language as well, because we was there that often. Stunning, stunning, stunning country. And I actually love the people. Dutch people get a little bit of bad rep, especially here in the UK, because you guys are seen as quite abrupt. What I see you guys as is direct, and I like that. Like if I need an answer to a question, or if I need to know something or get something done, then the Dutch are like, this is what you do it now. Poof, done. And I absolutely love that about you guys. A lot of people in the UK see it as rude, and I generally don't. I generally see it as, or genuinely, sorry, see it as, you guys are just so direct and just get shit done. I actually think you guys are more efficient than the Germans on a lot of things. So, yeah, that'll probably upset a few people. I use a JBC iron now. It cost me $700 something. To be fair talking, though, you do like crazy stuff on tiny little circuit boards, don't you? I mean, the smallest I'll do is that. So you probably need something a lot better. Someone told me there is a colorblind assist app. Okay. Is that just for YouTube, or is that like for FPV or context, man? Context. What a compliment. Tim says it will only upset the Germans and the Dutch. Yeah, I do like to upset a few countries all at once. Oh, just for me, so I can solder. Oh, excellent. Excellent. Give me a shout if you need anything, as always, though. No, yeah, I populate entire PCBs. Yeah, you need something a lot better than my 12 bucks soldering iron. Just for me, so I can solder. Awesome, Only Drones, awesome. Yeah, however, I like Tim found that amusing. I genuinely do find the Dutch to be more efficient than the Germans. I had an issue one day in Holland, and I thought over here in the UK, that issue will take about a week to fix. It happened at about lunchtime. It was fixed by about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I had an apology by about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Like, it was, you guys didn't even need to apologize. You did nothing wrong. I love the Dutch. I absolutely love you guys. But I do get that you are seen as rude because of how direct you are, but I like that. I like, just get on with it. Just, we ain't got no time for no pleasantries. Just get it done. Sega Game Gears, retro game consoles, etc. Yes, talking. Some of the stuff that you've told me about is pretty amazing, and we are going to have a look at it once the channel sort of gets into a bit of a better rhythm, starts making a little bit of well, just be able to support itself. I can look at toys for me then. You still have to come and visit your fans here in the USA. I cannot wait talking to get over there to the USA and to fly with you guys. It's not going to happen this year. That's not a chance. I am hoping beyond all hope to get over there in 2026, and we will arrange some sort of meetup. The problem is with the USA, if I arrange a meetup in Florida, I'm going to piss off 90% of the country, because 90% of the country can't get there because it's so big and vast. And then if I arrange it in LA, I'm going to piss off the other 90% of the country because you guys. And then if I go to the Midwest, I'm going to piss off probably 95% of the country because ain't nobody can get to the Midwest. But I am genuinely excited to get over there to the USA, and I will try my very best to do as much as I can and to meet as many of you guys as I can. I am so looking forward to it. I've long said I feel and have done ever since I was a kid that the USA is my spiritual home. I love the UK. I'm proud to be British, but culture-wise, I've always felt the USA resonates with me a little bit more. Only John says go twice. Bruce says just have your papers. Somebody says, why can't you turn sharply around a tree without gaining altitude? Drop your throttle a little bit. Now, didn't expect this year. It's going to be winter soon. You will have to do a tour. 2 stops across the USA. Yeah, just drop your throttle as you're turning. Coordinate turns with your yaw and pitch will help you as well. Come to Florida. All the other Americans will understand. Well, I was thinking actually of San Diego, because Tolkien just said it's going to be winter soon. Go and tell that to people that live in San Diego. They don't know what winter is. They see snow on the mountain and they're like, that's cool, we'll just stay here. Like, they don't know what winter is. They've never experienced a winter. But yeah, I hope to be in a position by next year, financially and medically, more importantly, to come over there. What I'd love to do is 3 stops. So West Coast, East Coast, and Midwest, and have 3 little meetups in all of those. If I can make that happen, that'll be an absolute dream come true, beyond all dreams. Because like I say, ultimately, I see the USA culturally as probably closer to me than I see the UK. As much as I love the UK, as much as I'm proud to be English, culturally I am closer to the USA. And I was brought up on Cheers, I was brought up on Roseanne, Tool Time, you know, all the American sitcoms, all the American shows, all the American films, and it's just one of those things. And I've never actually made it over there in 44 years. Let's hope we can do it in 45 years. Squatting quads and butt grind and meet and greet. What I could do as well is I could nip over the border and see Bruce to old Canada there. I will come to the West Coast and see you if you did that. I will do my very, 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 very best, Token. And if it doesn't happen in 2026, I'm confident that it'll definitely happen in 2027. I'll be on the hunt for good flying spots for your USA tour. Yes, I am going to need somebody on the ground to find me some flying spots and some meeting spots. And then I'm going to need somebody to tell me what papers and stuff I'm going to need for flying, because, you know, dare say there'll be a few of us that's going to turn up and then it's going to cause potentially a bit of a ruckus. The other thing as well, by the time I get over there, I will probably have, hopefully, I don't ever want to sort of take anything for granted, but hopefully I will have gone over 100k subs by then and I'll be demasked. Now, you're going to have to warn your women over there. They are going to have to control themselves, okay? It is really, really important, because what I don't want is to be kicked out of the country by the Donald because I've caused accidents on the roads by taking my mask off and walking down the road. So just keep your women in check. Online visa is quick and easy. I'm thinking more for the drones. Would I need to be part 107 because I'm making YouTube videos? Do I need to go through the whole part 107 exam? Even if I make YouTube videos over there but come back over here and upload them, is it further in the business, which is what the part 107 is, even if you're not making a direct cash injection from it? And all those questions. The most important question is, can you keep your women in check? That's what I need to know. I'm probably going to get myself into so much trouble for this stream. I really am. This was only supposed to be a 5-minute stream, by the way. So thank you all for sticking with me. I've really, really enjoyed it. So yeah, that's the idea, and that's the goal. So once we hit 100k, hopefully we'll get a little bit financially stable. Hopefully I'll be able to find a way medically to travel such a distance, and yeah, spend 2 or 3 weeks over there. 1 week on the West Coast, 1 week on the East Coast, 1 week in the Midwest, do a meetup, happy days, make a few videos, make a few friends, maybe even bring a few items of merch with me. I can't promise you anything on the ladies. Just look, they aren't all ladies. That's okay. You've not seen my wife yet. She's not a lady either. That's why I married her. Luckily, there's no way she's actually listening to this stream, because if she was listening to this stream, that would probably be cut by now, because I would probably be in big trouble. She's a wonderful lady who supports. like all jokes aside, do not clip that Only Drones under any circumstances. All jokes aside, my wife is a wonderful, wonderful human being. And without her support, I could never, ever have got the channel to where it needs to be. This requires 24/7 thought, planning, preparation, and action. And you can't do that on your own. You need that rock behind you, as well as the financial implications. Because when we've sort of flicked over and said, right, let's do the reviews, we're going to have to buy the stuff ourselves because ain't nobody going to touch us at this moment in time. It was a big, big risk. It was a genuinely big risk. A lot of women would have, well, not, that's wrong, isn't it? A lot of people, partners, even if they believe in you, male or female or whatever, would have seen the risk that I was taking in what I was doing and would have been a little bit, actually, should we roll this back a little bit? I'm not sure your ambition's going to necessarily meet your skills, or, you know, everybody's already established in this niche. You're never going to break it. And I would have completely understood that. But no, what she said to me was, I believe in you. Get the fuck on with it and shut up because you're doing my head in. But, you know, and that's ultimately, like I say, behind every sort of successful thing, there's always a few people in the background. Only Drones is another one. You know, he listens to me sort of complain about imposter syndrome probably a little bit too often, but he never lets it get in the way. He's like, okay, that's sweet, that's cute, shut the F up, let's go fly. And then it's gone. You know, it is what it is. Somebody says, is there a drone exhibition or show in the USA that people are going to anyway? That's a good question, actually. Tolkien says, Summit, I'm sure there are. I've only been flying for 6 months, so I've not been to one myself. And Only was just like, yeah, no, you know what I mean? Shut your mouth. I'll block you in a minute. Tolkien says, Mrs. Squadron is amazing. She's an amazing human being who has shown an unbreakable faith in me, even at times when it looked like I was on a hide into nothing. And she's an amazing, amazing woman. However, for the discourse of discussing ladies and floods, we'll throw that out the window for a second. And my ideas, you've got one or two ideas. Yeah, let's not get above our station on the drones. I'm only joking. I couldn't do it without the people who support me. I couldn't do it. I could never have got to this position, and I will never, ever, ever forget the people that have helped me get to this position. But this is not where I stop. This is not where I sit back and say, shit, 51k subs, nice, let's chill. This is where I say, okay, where's 500k? Because not happy in the slightest. And I think you guys can see just how driven I am and just how focused I am. And we'll get there. I'm confident we'll get there. As stupid and ridiculous as it sounds, that 12 months ago I was on 10,000 subs and I'm talking about 1 million and employing people and creating this and doing this. I'd even love to do sort of drone tours, similar, I guess, to what Road Ride did, where we book ourselves a hotel, we book ourselves a plane, we go to places like Ukraine, not for bad, nefarious reasons, but like Pripyat, fly around Pripyat, you know, speak to Kim Jong. Me and Kim Jong Un, we chill, we good. See if he'll let me fly around Pyongyang and stuff like that. But I'd love to do it as like drone tours as well. So who knows? The ambition is massive, genuinely massive. I used Walksnail branded cable to replace a broken camera VTX. I used to get black screen OSD. Now I get a very pixelated image. What? But the link is fine. Sounds like the cable. So it's either going to be the cable that's the problem, or the MIPI connector on either the camera or the VTX has either been damaged or it's just not seated properly on that MIPI connector. But that's what that is a classic symptom of. Slava Ukraine says, Bruce, are we going to fly together in Canada? What's that about? Drop some likes, folks, if you have not. Thank you, Token, and thank you, everybody, for liking and sticking around for this stream. Didn't expect anybody to stick around for this long. Token says he's a cable seated. Yeah. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. It's a cable problem. 100% it's a cable problem, and it's probably just not in the MIPI connector properly. Worst case scenario, the MIPI connector is damaged from whatever's happened before, but the chances it's probably not just seated correctly on the MIPI connector on the VTX. It's unlikely to be the camera, but if that doesn't fix it, check the camera end. Only Drone says the great thing about this hobby is one shot deep. It's a lifestyle, 100%, bro, 100%. Bruce says, you're welcome here in Canuck land. Quick hop across the pond to Halifax, Nova Scotia. I'll try reseating it. Yep, I love it, Only Drones. Bruce says, no border agents hounding you. What's it like for flying over there, Bruce? So if you and I and a few of your friends and a couple of our subscribers decided to rock up to a bando one day in the middle of Canuck land with all the mountains and snow and the beautifulness, and Karen called the police, like, what are the police like? Are they going to give us a lot of stuff? Or should I just say to the Canuck police, yeah, do you know who I am, kid? Or is that probably not going to work? Let me know in the comments. But I'd love to come and fly with you, Bruce. I think you're a super, super chill, super, super cool dude. And you do have some amazing scenery on your doorstep as well. Not with squadding tips. I saw a video in Canada meant to be really strict. Well, what happened, Only Drones, is a few years ago, Canada changed their drone laws. And they was incredibly strict. Like, you couldn't fly within 6 miles of a human being, but you can't also fly in oxygenated airspace. It was ridiculous how strict they made them. And then all of a sudden, they sort of flipped them overnight to like the most relaxed, lax laws I've ever seen. But I just don't know what it's like now. So Bruce says, no big problems in flying. Nobody says anything unless it's a provincial park. Have you got mountains near you? Let's go and fly some mountains. If you come to the bando here in Flint, you're in Michigan, nice. The cops will come give you a high five for not doing crack and leave. What if we are doing crack? No, we're not going to do crack. Drugs are bad, people. Yo, Boy Wonder, I sent you something. It's really funny. Trust me, I made it. Okay, Boy Wonder, I will check it. I can't check it now because I'm on a stream on my phone, but I will check it soon. Flint, Michigan, how's your water supply? I watched, what was that documentary about Flint's water supply? Probably get 2 high fives if you're doing crack. Brilliant. Crack with quads. Crack with quads. Hang on. Crack with quads. Smuggling quads. Yeah. I think we've pretty much covered it. Oh, I don't live in Flint, but that's where the bando is. Oh, okay. Oh, so you've got good water then. That was shocking, that whole Flint. What was it called? It was supposed to be a documentary about the police, and then your water supply, well, not your water supply, but Flint's water supply went. Bear says, congrats. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I live in Oakland County. Right. Of course. I don't know where that is. I don't know what that is. And I've made myself look like an absolute idiot, haven't I? Because I got so excited about Flint. I'm like, I know where Flint is. Yay. And now you've told me somewhere else. I have no idea what you're talking about. So what I'm going to do is really quickly just show you some shiny things. Yay, shiny things, pretending I'm not an idiot. Between Flint and Detroit, how are the bandos in Detroit these days? Because I know, obviously, with the awful recession you guys had over there, a lot of the car plants and stuff just became abandoned. What's the situation with bandos? But your police certainly sound very cool. Bando to the north of me, bando to the south. And any issues with the police? No, oh no, you just said that, haven't you? That's how we like it. What did somebody say? I missed it. Did I miss it? I don't know. Oh, there we go. There isn't enough people in rural areas of Canada to complain. Flew my Mini Mavic over the ski slopes and waterfalls. Nobody. Yeah, you see that, right? Honestly, that sounds like absolute no issues at all. Brilliant. That sounds like absolute heaven to me, Summit and Bruce. And with the mountains you've got, with the waterfalls you've got, with the scenery you've got, Canada seems to be the most amazing place I want to move to. The difficulty with Canada and me is I don't deal with the cold. So if it gets to like plus 10 degrees here in the UK, I'll wear about 5 or 6 layers of clothes. But you guys get to like minus 50 degrees. And it's a shame because I would love to move there. I bet the Smoky Mountains would be sick. Yeah, Smoky Mountains. Maybe what we'll have to do, if we're ever in a position to do a mega trip, like a mega pint, we'll just hit up as many spots like that as we possibly can, and we'll just make the most epic travel vlog you've ever seen in your life. And of course, it'll be over 100k, so I will be demasked. So keep the ladies in check, okay? If you're gonna put it on the TV, maybe just give them a towel. Just tell them just easy now, because we don't want accidents. Maybe they get them to hold onto the arms of the chairs. We just don't want accidents. We want safety first, people. Safety first is important. Cetus Pro, beta FPV kit. That's what started it all off. That was the first review I did. Got to do the Rockies, says Gusto. Awesome. Yep, when your spit freezes before it hits the ground, it's pretty bad. I'm going to guess, Bruce, right? There's a saying. There's no such thing as bad weather, just bad clothing, badly dressed. I'm going to guess now, and correct me if I'm wrong, that you guys have got some seriously good clothing to keep you seriously warm in the cold. Only Drone said hi. To keep you seriously warm in that cold weather. And I'm probably right on that. But my question is, how on earth do you fly when you have to take your hands out? Do you guys, mind you, I suppose, and I'm not advocating anything illegal, but I suppose if you've literally got nobody around you, you can just fly from your car with the heater on, can't you? Can't do that in the UK. It's too populated. Too many people will complain. And it's too risky because there's people around. But if there's nobody around, yeah, preparation is key, says Bruce. But yeah, if there's nobody around, and like I say, I'm not advocating anybody do anything illegal whatsoever, because, you know, that's not how we roll here. But if you're in the middle of Canuckland and there's nobody around for 27,000 miles, apart from a moose knuckle, then surely you could just fly from your car safely and stay warm. I'm going to guess that's what people do. But don't incriminate yourself if it's illegal. Only Drone's got that joke. Excellent. There's loads of open land here to fly. Nobody will bother you. It's all owned by people, so cops don't come around. There's just no bandos to fly here. That's the other thing, talking what I love about the USA is you guys have got so much land. Here in the UK, I live in what's called a terraced house, so I don't even have a garden. Like, literally the front and back is onto a road, and that's it. Whereas obviously over there in the USA, you've got loads and loads of land. Got to be in the city for that. Yeah, you've got loads and loads of land. So I love that. I absolutely love that. Netherlands is even worse. Really? So when I last came to Netherlands, like I say, it was pre-COVID. And I'll be honest, Netherlands is even worse for what? For Karens, or for no space, or for people reporting you? But when I came, I'd only just started flying drones, and I actually had I was there on an assignment for a theme park, Wallaby Holland, to get some aerial footage of their new ride, Untamed at the time. Well, it's not a new ride, is it? It used to be Robin Hood, and then they RMC'd it. RMC coasters, best coasters in the world, by the way, Token. That's another USA export to us. Best coasters in the world, RMCs. And did RMC'd this coaster, so I was there on an assignment to get some aerial footage. And there's a massive forest at the back. So I just, we went there because that was the easiest place to do it from, because it avoided any issues. The coaster wasn't running that particular day. We got the assignment done and we had no problems. No space. So we all have like 2 days to hit a bando before they're, yeah. That's weird though, because there is loads of farms with places. No bad Karens or police experiences yet. Yeah, like I said, I flew once, and then I flew in the holiday park that we were staying. I can't remember the name, but basically it was all cabins in the woods. Stunning place. And the holiday park that we stayed at offered to pay me a return visit if they could use the footage and the videos and the pictures that I'd taken. And then obviously COVID hit, which was a really bad sort of thing. Housing farmland is a delicate, yeah, most of it is farmland, to be fair. That's a very good point, actually, thinking about driving, because I drove literally the whole country, sort of traversed it when I was there the last time a few times. And it is either farmland or housing, isn't it? You're right, there isn't really, or commercial obviously, but there isn't really, just thinking about it, any sort of spare land. It's a really good point, actually. Yeah, I never really thought of it like that. But good that you've got no Karens or police experiences yet. I've flown the Mini following the car, but we'll see it for 10 minutes. Didn't see another car. Wow. See, that's what I'd love, just to be out there with fast internet, obviously, but then just feeling like you've just that tranquility of being out there alone. I love it. I love it. Check out Vancouver. Nice. If you are, can you suggest somewhere that I could pick up an 04 Pro from somewhere near the border with Michigan? Says Token. I think he said Michigan. Yeah, Michigan's at the top, isn't it? I'm sure Bruce will sort you out. Bruce is our local Canadian expert. Yeah, when you get closer to Germany, it opens up a little bit. Less dense population. North and South Holland are by far the busiest. I got told off for calling it Holland. I was told on my first ever visit, I think my first ever visit was 2015, and I was told off that Holland is a province of the Netherlands and the country is the Netherlands, and Dutch people get really upset. I can't pin the Discord link, Only Drones, because I'm on my phone. I'm streaming on my phone. But yeah, quick reminder, if you guys just go to any other video on the channel of recent, there is a Discord link there that doesn't expire. Please do join us. Yeah, I know, Only Drones, I know. Next time I go live, I'll make sure I pin the Discord link. I literally thought this would be a 5-minute video. So I actually went from we was based in the Netherlands, and we visited Cologne in Germany, we visited Belgium, we visited I want to say Luxembourg, but I don't know if we did. Is it Luxembourg? I don't know. But yeah, we dropping throttle is working. Who knew? Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. And you don't have to drop it all the way. Just constant, that constant adjusting of your throttle is probably the hardest thing to do, but one of the most important things when you're doing your coordinated turns. Just drop it a little bit, coordinate them turns, and get back on it. And we're only talking a little bit. Country is the Netherlands. 2 out of the 12 provinces are non-Holland. North Holland and South Holland, which houses Amsterdam, Rotterdam, and The Hague. So, right, okay. So you've got North Holland and South Holland, but the country's the Netherlands, right? Yes, yeah. I was told that Dutch people get quite upset if you call it Holland as opposed to the Netherlands. It's easy to go up when turning. Yeah, it really is. It's probably the first thing I think that really makes you feel connected and like you're locked in. When you learn just to drop that throttle a little bit and get back on it as you're coming out, I think it's the first thing that makes you think, okay, this makes sense now. But it just takes a little bit of practice to get there and to understand it. But it's like anything, isn't it? Somebody said to me the other day that they've seen a massive improvement in my flying because of all the stick time I've got, and it's undoubted. I'm flying virtually every single day, 2 or 3 packs or whatever I've got time and sort of whenever my body will allow, and it's inevitable. All that flying is going to result in better flying eventually. Those are just salty then. Oh wow. We all cheer, Hup Holland. when the national team play football. Yeah, I thought it was a bit strange, to be honest. They pulled me up on it virtually straight away. My first day in the country, so I was like, okay, that's fine. Let's. It's not a problem at all. And obviously, ever since it's stuck with me. But yeah, it's good to know. That's what I do, man. I try to fly at least 1 pack a day. Yeah, best way if you can. It's difficult in the UK once we hit winter, so it's like I say, it's raining really, really, really heavy today, and has been all week. I've managed to find a few gaps in the weather and been really lucky with it, but it looks like it's not going to give up at all today. And then obviously it's going to get cold, it's going to snow, it's going to be minus temperatures virtually every day. I'm still going to try my best to get out at least for a pack a day, just to, well, obviously, if I've got anything to review, I'll need to fly that. But I find it difficult in the cold. What's my go-to battery pack? Air 65 is your best friend in the winter. I don't like flying inside, but that is an Air 65. I don't like flying inside. I really don't. It bores me. But maybe this winter I can do it more. So for go-to battery pack for 5-inch. Personally, it's actually the 1300 mAh from Hobby King I got the other week that I reviewed on the channel. It was the 1250 pizza, but that actually flies longer. I haven't flown 5-inch for a while, but I would say that if I was to buy one, I would buy that because it's the cheapest, and also it offers better performance. I mostly spend times on repairs and new projects that I've put off during the summer. Yeah, I think what you'll probably find is I'll do more live streams in the winter to make up for the lack of content. But I'll still, like I say, I'll still try and fly virtually every day. It just may not be as what's the word I'm looking for? Enjoyable. I hate the cold weather. I hate the cold weather with a passion. Talking says I've got some tattoo 1300s and I really noticed the weight, but not much more flight time. Yeah, those Hobby King ones are really good. I got an 1150 mAh Hobby King as well, and I didn't massively see a difference in the weight, but I did see a difference in the flight time. But everyone's different, and like I said to you yesterday about your rates, everyone's different, so I can't necessarily feel a difference. And I'm actually, to be fair, after we spoke, I said to myself, what I'm going to do is when I can get out and fly, I'm going to go out and I'm going to do the same thing I told you to do yesterday, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to tell you what I think, because I haven't done it myself for a good few years, and it may be now that I can feel that difference between 150 and 250 hertz. But you just do whatever works for you at the end of the day. At least on my Seeker 5, I bought a single tattoo 1050, and holy smoke, it's light. Morty FPV, welcome. Yeah, those tattoo 1050s are really light, but I'm not a massive fan of the flight time of them, to be fair. Just a man on his camera did tell me that the Dogcom batteries for this are really, really good, and I do like Dogcom batteries at the minute. I really do. So I've ordered a couple of them this morning. My drone don't want to come down with it on. Morty says, just flew 10 packs through the Seeker 5. Damn, I love this hobby. Where are you based, Morty? I'm going to guess you're not based in the UK, because everywhere in the UK is absolutely torrential today. So I'm going to guess you probably, maybe even near Gusto in Florida is probably what I'm going to guess you are. Or on the East Coast, where it's also warm all the time as well. But not good here. Not good here at all. Right, guys. So this was a 5-minute stream. Florida. Yeah, there you go. Morty, would you be interested next year? Not this year. If I came over to Florida and did a little bit of a meetup, would you be interested in coming to it? I'm looking at, again, massive plans and massive ambitions, and nothing's set in stone. But I'm looking at doing a meetup in Florida, maybe in LA or San Diego, and then somewhere in the Midwest. I don't know where in the Midwest. You guys will have to guide me. But yeah, let me know if you'd be interested, because You can stay at my house for free, brother. Oh, what a legend. Unfortunately, I've got 3 kids and a wife, so unless you've got a massive house, I think we might just impose on you a little bit, but I do appreciate it. I genuinely do. Just give me the details. Same here, man. You can crash here if you want. Guys, honestly, you guys are amazing, but like I said, we do have a big family, so we, as much as we appreciate it, we don't want to put anybody out, and there is a lot of us, so if it was just me on my own, I think it would be a bit different. But Boy Wonder's going to want to come and fly. Little Wonder's going to want to come and fly, and obviously the missus is going to want to come as well. So we'll make a holiday, a 3-week holiday, and one day every week I'll come and meet you guys, and we'll have a little bit of a community meet up on each sort of coast, and then somewhere in the Midwest, and then maybe if I can on the same one, we'll head up to Canada. And we'll go and see Bruce and Summy, and we'll fly with those guys. But you'll have to give me your big coat, Bruce, because I'll be cold before I even get there. I'll be cold driving there. Right, guys, this was a 5-minute stream just to say thank you for getting the channel to the position it's in, so that YouTube have actually sent us this free gift today. We've been live now for 1 hour and 35 minutes. I can talk all day. And we'll do more of these over the winter. We'll do more of these live streams over the winter when the weather's really bad, because I'll just sit here and talk to you guys all day. But for now, I may go live later on this evening, about 9-10 p.m. this evening. We'll see how it goes. But for now, guys, listen, I just want to say thank you so much to all of you for being here, for helping supporting the channel, for promoting the channel, and just for being, absolute legends. Tolkien says, we love you, brother. Have a good day. You too, brother. And Morty says, haha, I'd love to meet up and fly. We have a decent little club of flyers in South Florida. It's going to happen. It has to happen. We spoke about ambitions where we want the channel. I want to get over there and meet you guys and fly with you guys. It will be next year. We'll be demasked by then, as we spoke about earlier on in the channel. Earlier on in the live stream. But listen, for now, I am going to go, guys. I would literally sat here and talk all day. I love you too, Only Drones. You're all amazing. Thank you so much. Love you all. Bye. Bye. Still bye.